A VHF radio is one of the most important safety tools any boater can have. Today we're going to go over the differences between a fixed mount VHF and a handheld VHF so you can choose which one suits your needs best. One of the advantages for a handheld VHF over a fixed mount is that it has a standalone battery as well as a standalone antenna. So that being said, you're not reliant on your vessel's power supply for this to be able to function. If you lose power supply on your vessel or maybe your antenna breaks, you'll still be able to transmit with your handheld VHF. Pretty much all handheld VHFs now float, as does this one, but it also has this strobe light, so if you were to drop it in the water and it floats to the top and you're in low light level conditions, you'll easily be able to identify it and retrieve it. One of the disadvantages to a handheld VHF is the antenna length itself. So because this is such a short antenna, you're not going to be able to transmit very far at all. You're looking at a line of sight, which is roughly 2 to 3 miles, versus your fixed mount VHFs that have an external antenna. So the Standard Horizon HX320 is great for beginners. It has a 18-hour battery life, as well as it floats. It has an IPX7 rating. It does have a little strobe light here, so if you were to drop it in the water in low level conditions, you can easily locate it. It's got all your basic functions, your 16 channel. It also has a spot in the top where if you want to add a mic, as well as your squelch on the side. Another cool thing about the HX320 would be its charging port. So it does come with your standard cradle that you can charge it, but it also comes with this USB port in the side, so you can charge it pretty much anywhere. This would be like a top level handheld VHF. So this is the Standard Horizon HX891BT. That just means that it is Bluetooth capable. It also has GPS. One of the most important functions of this unit would be the DSC button on the back, which is a pretty big deal for a handheld VHF. If you were to get yourself in some type of mayday situation, you'll just flip that button and click this, and then it'll alert them exactly where you're located. The HX891 also has a battery pack option, so it does come with the lithium ion battery, but it also comes with a battery tray as well. So if you get yourself in a situation where you cannot charge your VHF, you can simply switch out the lithium ion battery with your battery tray and run it off of AAA batteries. So your fixed mount VHFs most of these are relatively going to be all pretty close to the same. They all run off of 25 watts. They can also run off of 1 watt for your low levels. So 2 of the most common VHFs that we sell here at West Marine would be your Standard Horizon GX 1400s. You can get it with or without the GPS, as well as your ICOM M330s with or without the GPS. The only difference between the two would be when you get a GPS in the Standard Horizon, the whole thing is built into the unit itself. Whereas your M330Gs, it does come with the external puck for your GPS. They're all going to be relatively similar as far as your mic. So you've got your high and low. You can change if you want to transmit 25 watts versus your 1 watt. If the boat's close to you, you don't need to be transmitting at 25 watts. You've got your 16, which is extremely important, and then you can toggle through your channels. Each of your fixed mount VHFs have the DSC calling on them. They're all pretty much in the same place on all these models. When you hit that button, it automatically transmits your exact location and that you're in a distress situation. These larger units down here, like your Standard Horizon GX 1850, as well as your M424G, these are the units, if you have a larger vessel where you have 2 stations, you can have that second command mic to be able to run 1 VHF, but be able to talk on it from both areas. One of the advantages to a fixed mount VHF is that it does run off of your vessel's power supply. So that being said, unlike your handheld VHFs, you have an unlimited amount of time to use it. As long as your batteries are charged, you can use it. Fixed mount VHFs run off of external antennas. The height of your antenna is going to determine how far you can transmit out. In general, you're looking at 25 to 30 miles, but like I said, it just depends on the height of your antenna. So a lot of sailboaters And then, you know, like smaller skiffs will use something similar to this. This is going to be your stainless steel whip antenna. It does come with an L bracket for easy mounting. For your larger boats, you would want to pick a VHF antenna somewhere between 6 to 8 feet in height. They come in many different options, but most of them are either going to be a fiberglass or a urethane finish. Your urethane finishes will last a lot longer than just your standard fiberglass. They do a lot better in the UV. When you're mounting your antenna for your VHF, there's quite a few different options. Your most common is going to be your flat surface mounts. It's great for trailering, multiple different purposes. It's so you can lay the antenna flat. You also have your rail mount. So this would be great if you have like a T-top or any type of rail that you can mount it to. And then your fixed mounts come in nylon or stainless, but this would be good if you had some type of flat surface to be able to mount it to. The great thing about all these mounts though, they're all going to be 1-inch thread, so they're all going to fit no matter what antenna you get. It's just whatever works best for your application. Channel 16 on the VHF is extremely important. That's going to be your distress. So it's important that you're always monitoring your channel 16. If you do get in a situation where you do hit this distress button and it sends out that mayday, any vessels around you, including the Coast Guard, will get that alert on channel 16. When you're using channel 16, it is important to make sure you keep the message extremely brief and to the point. It is for distress only, so it is important that you are very clear. A lot of times they will tell you to say it 3 times, so that's why you say mayday, mayday, mayday. So overall, the type of VHF that you choose is truly up to you based on what suits your needs best. Your handheld VHFs are great for being able to use outside of your vessel's power supply. Just keep in mind that they do not transmit very far. You're held to that line of sight, that 2 to 3 miles, whereas your fixed mount VHFs, you're looking at 25 to 30 miles. So we went over a few differences between your handheld VHFs and fixed mounts. Any additional questions, just go down to your local West Marine and a crew member will be happy to assist you.